Hi loves, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Aura. Today's video is basically me taking you step by step on a summer base routine, sharing a few tips and techniques, because you know your girl believes in technique, in blending, all about technique more than actual product. I don't have all the products in the world, and if you're that type of girl, then my darling, are here for a treat. Stay with me, stick with me, I got you. So the first step is sunscreen after your whole skincare routine that works for your type of skin, whether you have dry skin, oily skin, or combination skin. You go with your regular routine for summertime, and then we go in with sunscreen before we start. I already applied sunscreen. I'm just going to show you the ones that I typically use during summer. I usually use the Roche Posay Anthelios Invisible Mist, and then my kind of cheaper option when obviously I can't get MistR over here, I get this one from Clicks. I usually get SPF 50. I don't know why I took SPF 30. That was obviously like a mistake. She's very oily, however she's very good because sometimes I struggle with dry skin. I have eczema, so this works really well on those days when my skin feels extra dry, and I also get like some protection. If you do use this one or a sunscreen that is kind of oily, I would recommend opting for a lighter one. This one is more of a lighter one for me, or you can just go a bit less. If this is like the only one that you have, I would just recommend that you just use a little bit of it. A little bit of it. Don't go crazy. I know we go crazy with our sunscreen. It's very important, yes. But this routine for your summer base to kind of last, I would recommend using just a little bit of this. Important to remember that less is more. We're trying to keep it simple, but we're still trying to look very good, very snatched, very girly. Do you understand what I mean? Without more being said, I'm gonna go in with a poreless skin blurring type of primer. I use the Essence Studio poreless and skin blurring primer, and I would advise that you avoid using a luminous, glowy, boosty type of primer unless you have super dry skin, but I recommend that you don't. And I kind of concentrate on the areas that I know I will start sweating, you know. The tip I have during this routine is having a little fan, or even if you have a large fan, which I have right here, just that it's gonna make a lot of noise while I'm recording. I just to kind of quicken up the process, because the main thing here is to kind of keep your skin dry as possible from any sweat, heat, moisture as you're applying product, so it doesn't just slide off. Like I said, I feel that it's nice and dry. We can now finally go in with foundation. I did my brows off camera, but I do have a detailed eyebrow tutorial on my channel. You can go check it out and come back on this video, or check it out later and just follow the steps and you'll be fine. The only pointers I do have in terms of the summer base is kind of staying away from pomades, brow gels, or like kind of waxy type of pencils, you know. But if you do have waxy type of pencils, like this one for example, you got something like this, or a thinner one which I can't find, I would recommend getting a loose powder. Now this is where technique comes in, you know. You don't need all the products, you just need technique. Take a nice dry fluffy kind of blendy, like an eyeshadow blendy brush, just like this one. Kind of go in with just a bit of product. Actually, you can do it before or after, but make sure that you use as little product as possible and go over your brow. Lightly pat it on. This will kind of help the waxy, sweaty look that you kind of get on your brows. I usually use the Got2b glue. Works really well. A friend of mine recommended this, and I've been using this ever since, I think for 2-3 years now. Been very effective. Keeps my brow stuck to my face. I kind of have not thick brows, but I have enough brows, so I deal with a lot. It lays them down, it keeps them nice and neat and where they need to be. So that's my tip for a sway brow, a waxy brow. As you go through the day, just to avoid that, I would recommend trying this. Go in with foundation. I usually go for a matte type of foundation. The Maybelline Superstay Active Wear is my go-to during summer days, or when I just want a really nice, cute matte finish, and it's very affordable compared to other types of foundations. My other foundation that's more matte is the Studio Fix Fluid by MAC. However, this girly over here, if I'm gonna use her, I usually mix her with this one if I want more of a satin type of finish, because she does get very oily and she does oxidize after a few hours. For me, I don't know, maybe you can try it out and see if it works for you, but I would usually just opt for this one rather than this one during a hot, humid day. So I go in with a little product. Just gonna go in with a few pumps. I usually just go in with just maybe two. These are 2 pumps, I think. I would recommend that you start like with very thin layers as you go by, and then wait for it to dry out a bit and then apply another layer. That usually helps me a lot with kind of keeping my makeup matte on hot days. So yeah, little layers as you go. Quickly just go in with a nice damp sponge over, just kind of give it a natural looking base. It's all about the technique and how you blend everything out. That is the best advice I could ever give anyone in terms of applying makeup. It's like, it's never enough of blending, you know. Next, we can now go in with concealer. I don't have a specific type of concealer, but I would opt for something with more of a nice satin type of finish when you apply it, instead of something oily. Right now, my trusted one, the Fit Me Maybelline concealers are my go-to if I want a nice satin look. But my girl is almost done, so I'm gonna mix it together with the MAC Studio Fix 24 Smooth Wear Concealer. She's also a bit oily. She gives dewy. She's not oily, she just gives dewy, and yes, we love a dewy look, but it's summer right now, it's very hot, and I want my makeup to stay on my face. So right now what we're gonna try is to mix her with her. And then we're gonna lightly go in with this one just for more coverage, because that's like low product. Just lightly over. And before I start sweating again, and to kind of dry out my foundation, because I think it is dry, but just in case, you know. The 24-hour, I'm just gonna dab just to highlight these areas just a tad bit, right there, you see. Now what I'm gonna do is just go in with my concealer. I usually go blend under my eyes last, because I want a bit of coverage. This is just for the aesthetic, just for to make my face look, you know. And just blend it all out. You know, just tapping motion, tap, 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 and then drag to the next point, lightly, you know. I hope you can see me clearly, and I hope you can hear me clearly. I'm actually using a mic right now. Please let me know if this sounds okay. I think I used a mic on my last video and no one told me if they liked it or not. So now I'm really asking if, you know. I blended that out with my concealer brush. I usually go in with my foundation brush because I just love the way it blends. There's nothing special about it. I just really love the way it just finishes it off. And then I just kind of go in just a little bit. Over. And then I go in with my sponge. Make sure it's nice and, like I always say, it's nice and damp, you know? Not watery, but damp. Okay, we go in with the fan again. What I like to do is kind of go on to bronze up my face to kind of contourish a bit. I don't have bronzer, I just wing it. I just go in with my Fit Me Maybelline concealer and kind of bronzing up my face just a little bit to give that summer, you know, that summer vibe, man. Just a tad bit on those areas. Okay, now we can go in with it. You just please squinch it up. If you don't have an angle brush, just squinch up that nice blending brush and just go in blending upwards, please, my love. Good tempo upwards. Don't drag it down, please. It's not gonna be cute at all. Just gonna use. We go in with liquid blush. There's no rule here with liquid blushes because we are gonna go over with like a powder, like a powder blush. You can go in with your powder blush after this. And if you don't have powder blush, and if you don't even have liquid blush, I would say use your cute pink or even red, but just use a tad bit of it, your red or your pink lipstick. Dab it at the back of your hand, dab it on your brush, and lightly just add until you see that it's enough. And then if you don't have a powder blush or anything like that, eyeshadow. You see, you don't need to spend money to look good all the time. You could just make it work. Very, very light. I don't know if it's the fact that I love blush so much that I feel like every time it's not enough, you know. Yeah, I love the product is there. And in with a sponge again, just to diffuse it just a little bit in case I have blush blindness. Absolutely stunning. Go in with mascara. If you don't like the cakey look of mascara, I'm going to show you how I kind of achieve more of like a seamless blend. The mascara I'm using is the Sky High Maybelline mascara. I just recently started using it. How do I feel about her? I'm not quite sure. She's okay. She's good. She gives you a bit of length and a bit of volume, as you can see. It's just that the formula of it is a bit cakey. I just basically go in with a nice clean brush like this one from your eyebrow pencil, or just a normal brush from like your makeup toolkit, you know. And I don't apply the mascara directly from the thing on my lower lashes. I just use whatever product is left on this thing. And I'm gonna go in with an eyeshadow palette because I don't have powder blush, and that is okay. You be creative with makeup, with it lightly such. If you don't have a liquid blush, that is okay. You can make use of your lipsticks. I think I've said this before. I'm gonna repeat myself just in case I didn't say it in the video. You can use your lipsticks, whether it's red or it's pink. Use it as a liquid blush. That will substitute the products that you don't have, but you also don't get to miss out on getting to use these type of products. I feel like I did not add enough. I added a little bit too much blush. Okay, so now to diffuse it, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of powder, just a bit. Tap it. And just go over the area. Just to diffuse it just a tad bit. That longevity, I feel like it will too. Just use it all over the places that you know for sure that you will sweat 100%. Down below if you know a routine in terms of how oily your skin is, I would recommend put the powder all over. Put it all over, be generous, not too much, but be generous enough for it to just stick on your face. This is our base. It's looking good. The only thing missing right now is lip. Ooh. And a bit. Actually, let's start with eyes. I'm gonna go in with a powder shadow. This is not related to anything. It's just a part I like to add on every makeup look I do, just to put a little wing and the corner of my eye. Just a quick little, it's not perfect. I'm gonna go in with my, I've been really loving this Catrice plumping lip liner. Ladies, if you don't have a lipstick, that's okay. I literally only have like 2 lipsticks, like at all. I just go in with my eyeshadow palette, mix it up, use lip liners, brown, use concealer, mix it up, like literally. I use for my blush just a tad bit and fill it in just to give it a different dimension. I'm gonna go in with my Carmex. You can use your gloss. Doesn't really matter as long as it gives you gloss, as long as it moisturizes your lips, as long as it gives the look that you need it to give, you know what I mean? And so far it works just fine for me because it does moisturize my lips. Now we go in with setting spray. I would advise that you don't use a finishing spray. That finishing spray is like the MAC Fix Me Plus during this time, because darling, that thing brings moisture back to your face. And if you're willing to risk it, that's okay. But if you want it to last for long and keep dry, apply this. Sometimes you can even apply it just after applying your primer. I didn't do that, but you can most definitely do that. You see the information that you actually get when you watch a whole video? Tell your friends. And put on some makeup, please. Ooh! Just to look like a girl. This is a hand of a woman who does makeup. after she gets ready, look at her hand. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, guys, as much as I loved making this for you. It's been such a while since I've done a tutorial for you guys, months and months and months, but yeah, your girl is back. I always say this, but she's really back to give you more tips, tricks, techniques. I believe in technique more than anything. Your girl here believes in technique, not in the product itself. Yes, the product can be good, but technique number one, and that was the purpose of this video, while showing you the summer base that you can create with what you have in your makeup bag. You know what I mean? Really helpful. I hope some tips you could use, and if you do make use of them, please let me know on the comments down below. Tag me on Instagram, tag me on TikTok, tag me, let me know, DM me if you must, and let me know, girl, it worked, or girl, it didn't work, and let me know what did work. Especially in the comments, let me know what works for you in your summertime, what products work for you. Do you believe in technique? Do you believe in the product? Tell me more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and be part of the lovely family. See you on the next video.